Fairy Godmother turned the pumpkin and 7 mice into carriage with 6 horses and 1 coachman. Cinderella was amazed as Fairy Godmother changed her dress to a very beautiful dress and a beautiful glass shoes. Fairy Godmother told her, "It's time to go to the castle and not to forget to return home before it clocked 12. Cinderella listened to Fairy Godmother very carefully and then hopped on to her carriage. Cinderella rides her carriage to the castle, leaving Fairy Godmother back home. Her mesmerizing carriage stopped at the castle and she walked to the castle. Everyone was looking at Cinderella on her beautiful dress as she walked into the ballroom. Cinderella's stepmother and 2 daughters was amazed as she walked into the ballroom. Suddenly the prince walked round the ballroom and looking for the most beautiful lady in the ballroom. The prince saw Cinderella and was captured by her beauty. He walked slowly and approached her and held her hands and asked her to dance with him. The prince and Cinderella began to dance. Cinderella was so captivated by the music and the dance she felt like if she and the prince were the only ones in the ballroom. They danced non-stop night long. They danced and danced that Cinderella could not feel that time had passed. At some point the big clock caught her eye. It was almost midnight. Right at that moment, Cinderella remembered the Fairy Godmother warning. With a panic, Cinderella began to run down the stairs of the castle, leaving the prince behind. She dropped one of her shoes. She tried to pick it, but she didn't have time and she continued to run. The prince saw Cinderella's shoe and saw how beautiful it looks. He gave the shoe to the royal guards and told them to look for Cinderella even if it took them days. Cinderella and her mice friends came home breathless without a magical dress. She went straight to the attic. She started thinking about the night she had with the prince. She knew she had no chance. She told her mice friends what happened in the castle. The Prince Royal Guard went door to every house in the kingdom and looked for the young girl who owned the shoe. The shoe didn't fit any of the girls. And they continued their journey, looking for the owner of the glass slipper. In the end, the royal guards finally reached Cinderella's cottage. Cinderella was very happy to see the Prince Royal Guards in front of her house. Right at that moment she was about to leave her room. Her stepmother appeared at the door warning her not to go downstairs. The royal guard first let the youngest one try it first and it didn't fit her, and her mother was disappointed. Then, the other sister tried it, it didn't fit her and their mother was still disappointed and sad. The mother told the royal guards they should come back the next day, that her 2 daughters ate too much, that's why the glass slipper can't enter their legs. Cinderella was crying in the attic, because she can't do anything and she don't want to lose the opportunity to meet the prince. She told her mice friends that her stepmother locked the door and they tried comforting her. One of her mice friend went out and stole the key from Cinderella's stepmother's dress, and gave the key to Cinderella. She rushed out of the attic and closed the door. She ran down to meet the royal guards. She told them to wait, that she has not yet tried the glass slipper. The royal guards agreed and they went inside Cinderella's cottage. When she tried it, the glass shoe fits her very well and everyone were surprised. The royal guard asked Cinderella to follow them to the palace, that the prince will be glad to see her. They arrived at the castle and the royal guard took Cinderella to go see the prince. The prince saw Cinderella and knew that she was the girl he danced with. The prince asked her if she will marry him and she agreed and they lived happily ever after. The end.